Hello, I'm Jeff Myers, and welcome to Elgin Today. On this edition, what a day it was for all of Elgin, the first ever back-to-school barbecue bash at the Wing Park Bandshell area. 500 backpacks were given away to area students. We'll talk with Corey Dixon, the city council member who helped create this event, and many others as well. Lois Stroud joins me for information about the 31st Annual Cemetery Walk at Bluff City Cemetery on Sunday, September 23rd. This event is put on by the Elgin History Museum. The Elgin Breakfast Rotary Club's second annual Craft Beer Fest attracts a crowd of about 800 folks to the Riverside Drive Promenade area of Elgin. The event raised funds for area nonprofits. We traveled to Rope Officer Heather Farrell's block party on Douglas Avenue as part of Elgin Police Department's National Night Out, the first Tuesday in August. The happenings scheduled for Festival Park on this night were canceled because of a rainstorm that afternoon. The Mayor David Captain segment this month is a chance to say thank you and a job well done to Randy Riappel, Parks and Recreation Director, who is retiring after 14 years in Elgin. We'll have these stories and more on this edition of Elgin Today. Saturday, August 18th, it was a very successful first ever back-to-school barbecue bash, with 500 backpacks being given away to area students. The crowd estimated to be more than 1,200. This taking place at the Wing Park Bandshell in that area. Also saw great entertainment and hot dogs and fish. Let's check in with some of the folks involved with this day, starting first with the man whose vision it was for the barbecue bash, Mr. Corey Dixon.
When I look around and I see how the community has come out and how they've supported us today, I'm just lost. I'm at a loss for words right now. It's just over and above what you can ever expect the first time that you ever do an event of this nature, and to see everybody come out like this, I'm just lost for words. Just very thankful for them.
You love your community dinners. What did this day mean to you?
Oh, it's just a fantastic day. Just seeing the community get together, people from all walks of life. That's what it's all about. Just getting everybody together and having a good time.
It is a gorgeous day here in Wing Park at Elgin, and we have a lot of volunteers, we have a lot of people, a lot of community members. This is the heart of Elgin. This shows you what Elgin is about. Really cool event, providing free backpacks for kids, and we want to appreciate Corey Dixon for putting this together, and everyone else who volunteered to make this happen. What a great event.
Hi, I'm Dan Herzog, and I'm with Food for Friends. I have the pleasure and the opportunity of being the president, and we got involved with this great organization here, the Back to School Barbecue Bash. We know Jeff Turner. We've served with Jeff Turner over the last 5 years, serving Thanksgiving dinners in the Elgin Community Methodist Church. So we wish all the kids luck in going back, and thank you for having us.
Well, I can't tell you how excited about this event that I am. We are a wonderful community, and we just need to keep demonstrating the multitude of ways that we have earned that title of being a great community. As I look around, I see people of different ages, different backgrounds, different types of employment, and so it really is what I think Corey intended it to be, just a time of fellowship and building community in our community.
This is wonderful. This is right in the Highland neighborhood. So we encouraged families to come out and celebrate the start of the school year. We appreciate Councilman Dixon putting this together and all of the community members coming out to say, let's have a great school year.
Oh, what a great crowd you helped bring out.
Well, I helped a little bit. I helped just a small part, but I'm glad to help.
How many years at Highland for you now?
This is year 15 this year we're starting, yes.
And the school has done so well in your time.
I think so. I like to think so. I'm very proud of our students and our team at Highland, our staff members. They do a great job for the kids every day.
And for so many years, you won the Gail Borden Reading Award year after year.
Yes, we did. And we're sort of we're kind of stepping back to see where we need to go and how we need to win that award back again. We lost it for 2 years, but we'll get it back.
Oh, it's a wonderful day here in Elgin as usual. Thank you to City Councilperson Corey Dixon for organizing something for all the families in Elgin. He has, the kids that haven't gotten their backpacks yet have an opportunity to do that. And you know what? As usual, the diversity of Elgin comes through in families from all sorts of languages and background, and dancing and music and everything. So it's a great day for families and a beautiful day for the end of the summer.
We're with Laura Stroud here on a windy day at Bluff City Cemetery.
Very windy.
Oh, it's so windy, my dear. And on September 23rd, right here at Bluff City, you've got the great event now in its 31st year,
The
don't you?
31st year. Can you believe the History Museum has been putting this on for 30 years? This will be the 31st. So we have an exciting afternoon. We have 5 characters and we have 5 vignettes. And we also have the bus tour again for those with limited mobility. Please come out. You can ride the bus on the tour.
This being the cemetery walk that we always talk about so much.
Yes.
You've got a former mayor as a
yes.
person we look back at.
Yes, a couple of the characters. One is Orlo Salisbury, who was a automobile dealer in Elgin and then became Elgin mayor at one time. We also have Nellie Mann Chappelle, who has a very interesting story to tell. She was married to a prominent dentist here in Elgin, had 2 sons, and they had her and her husband had a very contentious relationship, marriage, and she disappeared.
Ooh.
So you all must come out and find out what
yeah.
happened to her.
And you have characters. Again, we started this in 1987 because it was a great way to look back at Elgin history and also make us more comfortable here as well. The characters in garb in that period piece are telling their life stories.
Right, they are. All the actors are in period costumes, and we have costume guides which will take groups of visitors around to each site. And along the way, they may stop and present some information on the route. And we have, something new that we have this year, which is we're real excited about, is we're going to have a family-friendly tour.
Wow.
And that's going to start, that'll be the last tour of the afternoon, which will start at 3 o'clock. And this will be for young families who maybe would like to come out and bring their children rather than leaving them with a babysitter. And they would be able to take the tour at 3 o'clock on the last tour of the afternoon.
See the zinc monuments that you have here, and what this place is always well known for.
Right.
Before we run out of time, you've got Walter Kimball.
Walter Kimball.
He lived to be
yes.
98, is that right?
He would have been 98 years old. He's the oldest native pioneer of Elgin. He also served in the Civil War.
Whoa.
And then came back and married and did some farming for the rest of his life. But 98 years old.
Served in the Civil War, and he died in 1936, so he nearly saw World War II. That's always fascinating.
Exactly. So
Our ticket price?
ticket prices are $12 in advance, $15 the day of. Seniors get a discount, and children 12 and under are free. And I think that's about it.
And also Facebook? You're on Facebook?
Okay, we're on Facebook, ElginHistoryMuseum.org, Facebook site. Let me see, I don't know it by heart. Facebook.com, Elgin History Museum.
You can always find it.
Yeah, and we're also going to have a couple of food trucks, and Mama Lee's Popcorn's going to be here also.
Whoa.
And we're going to have some music, too.
Mama Lee's Popcorn. Jeremy Hayes, our cameraman's right here. We're going to, so did we forget anything? $12 and a time again?
11 to 3. The last tour will go out at 3 o'clock. And even if you're not a family-friendly tour person, you can still come and take part in that tour. The tours last about an hour and a half. So wear comfortable shoes and come out and enjoy a beautiful park setting here at Bluff City Cemetery.
Sunday, September 23rd. That'll be. Thanks for putting that on. It's always a great event. Thanks.
It is.
Laura Stroud, we thank you.
Thank you very much.
That's our segment coming our way from Bluff City Cemetery. A tremendous crowd of about 800 enjoyed the weather and craft beer of the second annual Elgin Craft Beer Festival. It took place the second Saturday in August at Riverside Drive and the Promenade. It's created to raise money for area charities. As we talk with Mike Warren of the Elgin Breakfast Rotary Club and his lovely wife, who created this event with help from many.
Jeff, Mike Warren.
Laura Warren.
We're here at the Craft Beer Fest today, second year in a row. We got twice as many people as last year. We're so excited to be able to support Food for Greater Elgin, Ecker Center, PADS, YMCA, and the Crisis Center. We're going to give away a lot of money after today's event, and we're looking forward to next year, make it even bigger.
Good afternoon. Oh, this is such an exciting event. I'm a Rotarian with the Elgin Noon Club, and the Morning Club has put this event on for the second year in a row, and it is great. People are packed here. The beer is delicious. Everyone's having a great time. Thanks to the Rotary Club of Elgin.
Hi, Mike Butero from beautiful Elgin at the Brew Fest here on the beautiful riverfront in Elgin, and this has turned out to be quite an event today. Last year was the first one, but this second one you can tell by the crowd, it is really doing well.
And the future of the Elgin Craft Beer Fest looks bright as we heard these words from Elgin Mayor David Captain.
Big day. I think they had many more people than we had last year, and this could be one of those events that gets bigger and bigger. So looking forward to next year.
This is a look at Festival Park at last year's National Night Out, as this year the park was quiet because a big rainstorm canceled all the events at Festival Park. But the block parties continued, and we visited the one on Spring Street and Rope Officer Heather Farrell, where there was lots of activity going on.
Thank you so much. This is my 5th year having my block party at my house, 310 North Spring Street. Been a rope officer for 5 years. We're going to do it again next year. I always have a big crowd from my neighborhood come out, and I'm so proud to have them all come out for these 2 hours and party with us. It's a great partnership between the city of Elgin and between the neighborhood, and my neighborhood really supports me, and I really do appreciate that. Special thanks to Salvation Army, who came out and brought all the food today, from Jeff Myers, who comes and records all those things so we can see all the footage later, because we don't have time during the 2 hours to do that for ourselves. I knew it. I prayed, and all night I was just thinking that rain is going to come and go, and it did, and we held off, and here we are, and it's a successful party, and again, we're just out here making sure everyone's safe and knowing that we care about being out here with them.
We're going to get a chance here to have our September segment with Mayor David Captain. Mayor, we're outside today.
Morning, Jeff. We're outside. Beautiful day, and we're outside the rec center today. And I'm going to talk to Randy Riopel. Randy's leaving the city of Elgin. As an employee, he's going to stick around here and still be in the community. His wife still works nearby, but Randy's going to move on to a little bit more of a life of leisure and volunteerism. And I think that's a big part of what we like to talk about in Elgin, and a big part of what's happened in the, I think in a community like the city of Elgin, as far as Parks and Rec goes, we depend a lot on volunteers and to make our programs be successful. And Randy has been a change here. Been here all my life, and I saw the Parks and Recreation Department change when Randy came here. He brought some programs and some innovation to us. It's not just anymore about maintaining the parks and cutting the grass. It's about doing different kinds of programs, and Randy started a lot of those. He created, I think we've added over 20 new parks. Randy can talk about those and some of his achievements. So that's why we're here, to celebrate Randy's career with the city of Elgin.
And Randy retiring, first of all, congratulations, St. Francis Park, July 21. You ribbon cut it that day. What a beautiful new park.
Yeah, it's a beautiful park. We thank the City Council for giving us the CDBG funds to do that. And the residents turned out in large quantities. And it was just a very, very exciting day. And we had a lot of fun. And there's a lot of firsts in that park, because our first pickleball courts are in there. Our first soccer courts are in there. Our first synthetic turf underneath the playground in there. Hit a lot of home runs on that one, Jeff.
Yeah, no question about it. That turf you talk about, you can bounce on that when the kids are playing.
Yeah, it makes you feel young again, you know.
Well, that might be a stretch for me, but
yeah, well, for all of us, but yeah, younger.
We'll talk about, as the mayor said, some of the highlights. 14 years you've been working here in Elgin, is that right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Some of your other highlights included in your mind?
Well, you know, we added 23 parks. We were able to renovate 18. And again, I say we because nobody in the city gets anything done alone. We're supported by a team. It starts with the council, then the department within your department, and other departments of support. It's just across the board. It's just wonderful. But other things we're able to do, we opened up a number of new recreation facilities, Hawthorne Hill Nature Center. We opened up, I just came from a golf meeting at a Bowes Creek Country Club, a golf course and a clubhouse. We added a clubhouse at the Highlands. I think one of the biggest things we're able to accomplish is Eastside Rec Center. We were able to get a $1.8 million grant. We're the only community in Kane County that got that, to renovate that facility and really make it nice for the residents out there. And that's probably one of the things I'm most proud about, the number of programs we've been able to bring to the community, especially at a lower price or even free to our residents, because we do have residents that can't afford the fees that we charge here in the center. So we just opened up our programs to a lot of more people than there used to be.
No question about that. Eastside, as Randy mentioned, all the recreation fun out there.
Absolutely, and a lot of discussion, but it gave us 2 tiers of recreational opportunities for our residents, and many of them are free, as Randy says. It's just, you don't have to be a member. You can come and enjoy some of the things that are at the facilities. I think one thing that needs mentioning is we did take, and I'll use this as an example, we did Trillium Park on behind Ellis Middle School, and that was land that was donated to the city of Elgin. We didn't know what to do with it, and we brought some people from Ellis Middle School, and some of the neighbors talked about, can we do a park? So that's actually what happened. It was all volunteers. It's a kind of a natural area. It allows the kids that Ellis Middle School to use the facility down there, the park down there, to learn about nature and environment, and it created a public open space for the residents that were there that had never had a park nearby for them.
It's true meaning of a walking park, that is, the greenery. And well, you took that first walk when it opened just a few years ago.
And it's just, I think that's part of the concept here, is that we started to bring volunteers in to do things. We started to look at different levels of recreation for people and different ideas. Hawthorne Hill is a totally different than anything we'd ever done in the past.
When you arrived here, the center of Elgin is only a couple years old, so you saw this place grow. So
yeah, it was 2 years. It was open 2 years. People are excited about it. We're still trying to figure out how to program it properly and operate it and get it down. We've been able to do that. We've got great managers, great staff here at the center. Annually we're looking at close to 1 million people walking through this building, so it's a huge impact. And it is truly a magnet in downtown Elgin. People come here, and I think as residents or regular users of it, we don't appreciate it. But when we have people come from other communities, like we had a huge swim meet here about a month ago, over 500 swimmers from 17 teams across the state, the people were blown away by the facility. They're just like, you've got to be kidding me. This is a public facility. This is incredible. So often we take for granted what we have when we look at the center. Our golf courses are incredible. The level of those golf courses and the quality of them. A lot of times we take that for granted until you have an outsider come in and look at that and say, wow, that is a spectacular facility. So we're really, really fortunate in that regard here in Elgin.
And just a couple years ago, you refurbished all the workout equipment right here at the center. That was quite a
we renovated that. Yeah, because things were 14 years old, 12 years, and it's worked really well. The membership numbers are way up as a result of that, and it's a great investment. And I know the mayor has been a big proponent of Activate Elgin and helping our residents be healthier. And by giving them that kind of state-of-the-art equipment, that just more and more people are curious. They come in and check it out and then become regular users of the facility.
Activate Elgin, you're in the best shape of your life, aren't you, man?
I am, and I think Randy and I have shared a kind of vision that recreation and health in the city of Elgin is a holistic approach, and I think we've touched that with Randy brought up the Activate Elgin program. He does a free lunch program in the summer for kids that helps them eat a little bit healthy during the summer. With the walking track here at the city of Elgin started to take advantage of that, and just as an example, doesn't cost anything, but almost 500 people a day in the wintertime use it to rehab knees and hips. And senior citizens get out and recreate and get to socialize. It's a wonderful thing, but it does not put any money into the bottom line of the city of Elgin. But it does help us in the long run and make us a healthier community.
No question about that. What else do you want to hear from Randy?
Randy's done some great things. I think I'd like to hear him talk a little bit more about the lunch program, talk about Activate Elgin and what he sees for the future. What do you see as the new things that are going to happen in parks and recreation and as a whole, as an industry, and what's going to happen in the city of Elgin?
All right, Randy, this is your life, so take it away.
Well, I think the summer lunch program, we started that right during the recession, and there was a concern that kids were going to come at the end of the school year, go home and not get the lunches that they were regularly getting. And so some of us community leaders came together and had a meeting right up here in the conference room, and we looked at some parks throughout the city. We contacted Northern Illinois Food Bank's been a great partner to provide those lunches. A number of churches, some schools, and started that program, and it's really built since then. And then we also partnered that along with the kids' drop-in playground during the summer. So, at 5 or 6 of those 10 feeding sites, we have staff there from 10 to 3 in the afternoon so that kids are looking for a place to be supervised, and parents are concerned, generally speaking, about the safety in parks. So we can say, here's parks where we have staff in during the day, the whole school year, where your kids can come, be supervised, recreate, and also get a healthy meal. So I think that's a really good thing. And I think going forward, that'll be even more important, because more and more people are concerned about safety issues. So it's almost like we have to have a presence in those parks when the kids come out. We have to continue to help them make healthy choices in terms of what they eat. I think other things that we're going to see more and more of is that soccer court's gone over huge. We're going to have to add more of those. We have one dog park. I say one of the things I'm proud of we were able to accomplish here, we developed 2 parks with the Hoffman Estates Park District jointly. One was a dog park. We need to get a dog park out west. Our residents out west are looking for that. The sports complex, we picked up 84 acres there to expand the sports complex. Sports complex is maxed out in terms of usage. We turn so many users down, and so we're going to start working on that and developing some new athletic facilities there. So I think that's a really big, exciting thing. During the week, our residents use those facilities, and then on the weekends, we can bring outsiders into the community through these big tournaments. They stay in our hotels. They eat at our restaurants. They create more of those those taxes that help run the city. So using our parks and especially the sports complex as an economic development tool is a big part of what I see going forward.
No question about that. Your legacy, great. Mayor, I have to have Randy tell us pickleball. So important. And you play pickleball, don't you? Mayor?
I have not.
Well, then you're dismissed. Pickleball historically is so much fun. Tell me what pickleball is.
Well, pickleball is kind of like think of the game of ping pong and put it on a tennis court. On a smaller scale, you have a wiffle ball and you have a wooden racket. You hear it. If you ever hear that,
that's it. That's
somebody's playing pickleball. And you go in other cities. I've been in other cities.
It's really popular.
And it's really popular. And you come out in the morning and you hear that because there's so many of those courts around. And those are more southern cities, but it's happening more and more up here. And we've got some courts here at St. Francis Park. We've got a couple there. We're doing some overlays out at Settlers Park.
Wow.
We're doing overlays out there so people can do that. And so you can do overlays on tennis courts. And here we have the overlays on basketball courts. And I was telling the mayor and you before we started that really the only calls I got in the last month for a specific type of recreation amenity was pickleball. That's it. So that's a grain of America.
We've got almost out of time. We have to mention you got an event on September 8th. Is that right?
Yes. Thank you. Our annual fundraiser for the Recreation Youth Scholarship Fund, Illinois Brews at Bowes, is out at Bowes Creek. I think this is the 7th year that we're running that event. We want to invite all the residents out there. It's a unique event. Every dollar that comes in from that event goes directly into the Recreation Youth Scholarship Fund. That's a big part of what our city's about and our foundation. We created the foundation 5 years ago to support that, and we've raised over $100,000 to put into the Recreation Youth Scholarship Fund so all the children in Elgin can enjoy the recreation activities that we offer.
Mayor, say goodbye to Randy.
Will, and I just have to say this. Randy's commented about people being involved, and it's a team effort, but many of the ideas came from him. So I want to thank him for his service to the city of Elgin, and I want to send my condolences to all the fish in Wisconsin. Randy, enjoy your retirement.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
Well, Randy, congratulations on all your great work. Thanks for working with us over the years.
Yep.
And we got to get our pickleball uniforms on later.
We do.
All right.
You have yours.
Yes, I
Don't
do.
forget to stretch out. Okay.
Yeah. Randy Riopel, great career. We appreciate you coming here. We're also Western Illinois Leathernecks, aren't
Yes, we are, exactly. That's where I got my master's from, so go Leathernecks.
It's the only university where the nickname you can grow into it. We both now have Leathernecks. Randy, congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much.
That's our segment with Mayor David Captain. The weather was warm, but the artwork sensational. For the 10th annual Art and Soul on the Fox, and for the second consecutive year, it was located on the Riverside Drive Promenade just off the Fox River. Some 70 artists really from all over the area were present. We talked with a couple of them, including a great artist who lives in Elgin by the name of Stephen Sturgill. Hey, you're an Elgin man, but you're here at Art and Soul. It's a great day, isn't it?
It is a great day. A little warm, but great.
Yeah. You've got beautiful, your work of Chicago.
Thank you. I enjoy shooting the city. My love is landscapes, but it's a little flat around here, so the next best thing is shooting the city.
And the city stands out for you. What kind of process do you go to get the look of that one we're looking at?
So the one here is what we call an HDR image. It's 3 images blended together to get rid of a lot of the shadows and the highlights. It's printed on metal, and it's also given a look. It's called a painterly look, so it looks a little bit like a painting. It is a photograph, but it's been adapted in Photoshop.
That's stunning. How'd you learn that great detail like that?
Trial and error.
Have you lived in Elgin all your life?
No, I've been here about 12 years now.
What brought you to Elgin?
Work.
All right, well, we can't argue with that. We see, we're so proud of the Tower building and its comeback. You've got a couple great shots of that.
I do. Those are actually before the renovation of the Tower building, so they're a little historic. It's such an icon here in the city of Elgin. It's beautiful. I walk my dog down here and I look at it all the time and just amazed at it.
Yeah, it's enjoyed a great comeback as well. That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
To save the great buildings like that is great.
That's right.
And again, Art and Soul, you with your great photography work, you just wanted to be here, didn't you?
Yeah, I live in Elgin, so I always want to support the art community here and love setting up down here. I see a lot of friends and family here each and every year.
We also spoke with another great Elgin artist by the name of Tanya Gonzalez.
Yes, I've been doing really good. I've been getting really good responses from people. I did this last year, and I feel like it's always nice because I'm always learning something, you know, like I jumped into art and I'm trying to follow it through, and I always get like good advice from like all the local artists on like setup and displays, and it's really nice that everybody gets to see all the local artists here around here.
Talk about some of the favorite works you do.
Well, I do pottery, I do ceramics, and I do a lot of like wheel throwing. I work mainly with porcelain, and I do a lot of like high fire glazes. I have a couple glazes that are my favorite because, you know, different temperatures. I get like a lot of metallic coming out of the pieces. A lot of my pieces, I also clear coat the inside, but I leave the outside bare just because I like the organic look. I want my stuff to still look like it's handmade and not store-bought. So
Well, you're doing a good job with that. Looks like you can do a bit of artistic work, is that right?
yes, I also paint. I do a couple acrylic paintings sometimes when I get a chance to. It's another one of my things, one of my passions that I like to do.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're in art space. You're at art space.
Yes, I actually live in art space. There was a time where I actually was considering moving to Chicago, and it just so happens that I was walking by art space and I got a little information about it, and I really, really liked how they really try to, you know, keep the artist, you know, living and making art. So that I really, really like that, because if it wasn't for art space, I probably would have not continued my pursuit to create stuff. So that was a really nice opportunity to have that.
One step forward we take because we want to talk Nightmare on Chicago Street. October 20. You are, young man?
I am Dave Metzger. I'm one of the graphic designers and marketing volunteers on the committee.
Nightmare is such a great popular thing for 8 years now. Your crowds out there are incredible, young man.
We broke all kinds of records last year. And of course, a lot of it I think is due to the warmer weather and stuff. So yeah, it was packed. This year we're bringing back Miss Zombie pageant, which was done in the second year, so it's been like 6 years. So
we have fresh zombies, huh?
Some fresh zombies for your entertainment.
That's great. Well, it's done so well that your work is almost not all year on it, but you're always thinking about it, aren't you?
Oh yeah, it's a year-round thing. They're currently building new props already since March, and they build every weekend out in a secret location that I cannot.
Far West Elgin. They're always working on Nightmare. That's great.
Yes.
It's you know, they come from far and wide, from Chicago, everywhere, don't they?
Yes, they do. It pulls a variety of crowd of horror lovers and just general Halloween fans.
October 20th takes place on that Saturday. On the night of, what do you do?
What do I do?
Are you a zombie?
No, I actually have been running a movie theater for multiple years. We usually do film shorts.
Right, you make those great shorts.
We do a lot of film shorts, and we set up sort of a mock movie theater, and crowds can just come walk in, sit down, take a break off their feet, and usually get a little popcorn and watch a great little short horror film.
Congratulations, Elgin. So well known for Nightmare on Chicago Street, and your movie shorts are a great part of that.
Yeah, it's been fun, and we've done that from day one, and you've been in multiple.
I was attacked by zombies like in year 2.
So
I still haven't recovered, if you check me. All right. Dave Metzger, thanks a lot. We'll see you out there.
Thanks a lot, Jeff.
We were honored to attend the Elgin Sharks racing and race walking team, their annual awards picnic at Lord's Park. Of course, their great coach, the legend that is Bob Politica, a member of the Elgin Sports Hall of Fame. Here he is with all the kids around him. An amazing recent story for the Sharks. At the AAU Junior Olympics, 13-year-old Heather of the Sharks set a timing record in race walking, and her twin Hannah finished second. We had a chance to talk with their proud mom about the Sharks and race walking.
Race walking is a sport that's incredible form. You just can't do it like running. It takes a lot of concentration, and there's rules. You can be disqualified, and all these girls and boys work really hard to rank themselves nationally. And I know most of the children that are running now that rank nationally, their goal is to be on Team USA. And I know some of them, they have their sights on the Olympics, and a couple of our teammates have tried to try out for the Olympics, and I think we'll be representing the United States of America here in Elgin, Illinois, Elgin Sharks, one of these next Olympics to come.
You can learn more about the information you saw here in Elgin today or about city services, programs, and events by going to the Elgin website at www.cityofelgin.org. And now the City of Elgin has a 311 contact center. Elgin 311. Call, click, connect by calling 311, the city's information and request resource. Elgin Today is produced for the City of Elgin by BTE Video. Our staff includes, on the left, still photographer Bruce Shipyor, on the right, camera operator Jeremy Hayes, and yours truly, Jeff Myers, in the middle. We appreciate you watching Elgin Today. We'll see you next time.